Hi, this is Brian from the Gutter Brothers. How you doing, folks? Good to see you. I'm at a house here in Brookhaven, and I was called because water was overshooting the gutters and landing on the ground all around the house. Now, I kind of walked around this house before I had this video, and I noticed that these gutters were installed. Looks to be like possibly a roofer or a siding guy at some point. This homeowner's only been here for about 3 months, so she inherited these gutters and everything that's happening because of the gutters. So she called, or she had somebody out here doing some concrete work in her driveway, doing some stone work, and she had mentioned the gutters were an issue, and that gentleman recommended some gutter guards in her gutters and some adjustments and running some new pipes down the wall here, as you can see, just like the neighbors. So they're obviously wanting to get the water to the front of the house because of situations like this. This has nothing to do with the gutters. This is just the ground itself. You got to remember, when it stops raining, the water, everything's going to stop at the same time. So even if there were no gutters on this house, this would still happen. This is a grading issue and not a gutter issue. Having the gutters run down the original stone with maybe a hook shooting it towards the front slightly, in my opinion, was probably the best way to go. Having that thing run across the entire length of the siding, putting holes in the siding, and having all those additional seams, and potentially having this freeze in the wintertime, and with everything that's happening here, I would say the original way with a nice extension is moving that water far enough away from that basement that is not causing the water problem, especially because the ground's graded downward. So as you can see on these gutters, now everyone has I guess their own special way of doing things, especially when you're a part-time gutter installer, not a full-time gutter installer. So these corners were put together improperly. The gutter guards, they end right here. So he left this part wide open, and he just stuck a bunch of gutter guards under the shingles. And this plastic gutter guard with the diamond-shaped holes, they have little solid dividers on them, like every 6 inches, and the water tends to go right over that solid divider and over the gutter. I've got a video somewhere on Facebook that shows like a live demonstration of that guard overshooting at some house in Broomall. As you can see, this corner is installed completely different from the corner we just looked at. You can see they shoved this corner miter box inside the gutter, and this miter box is halfway inside the gutter. I don't know if it was two different people that installed this, or these guys just didn't know what they were doing. And that happens. So these gutters appear to be about 30 years old. Probably about 30 years. All right, and you can see those gutter guards. They are sticking up in some spots, like that one over there is about to fall out. So these were just put in yesterday. That one, she called the guy, he doesn't answer his phone now. He charged her $500 to do this, and she can't get a hold of him. He disappeared. Unfortunately, these things happen, and she trusted the guy's recommendations, but he doesn't want any parts of this now. He should have recommended some new gutters. Again, these gutters are in very bad shape. As you can see, there's indications to me that there's leaking behind the gutter. You can see all the staining. So that could be a drip edge issue. There could be some rotted wood underneath that capping. Won't know until the gutters come down, but there could be some stuff at play there that you can't see. All right, so we're gonna walk around the front real quick and I'm gonna wrap this video up. So I recommend it, eliminating this downspout. She's having some issues over here with water. As you can see, we're stepping in this walking around. This is a grading issue with the properties. And we can eliminate that downspout and just move it to the opposite side, or put it on this roof, or just make this downspout bigger. So there's things that we can do that once we get into it, we will do as part of the installation. And again, this corner was installed completely different from the corner we just looked at, and it's leaking pretty bad. So these gutters are in pretty bad shape. I would put a gutter on this roof with a downspout here, the small extension. It's a pretty large roof to allow the water to just kind of slam into the ground. As you can see, what happens when you allow that to happen is you just erode away the concrete and the foundation. This gets beat up pretty bad. Again, the front, same thing. No need for that corner. No need for that corner. It could have just been capped right there. The corner was unnecessary. It's also put together differently than the last corner. Gutter guards under the shingles again. they're not completed around the returns, it looks like. And this one here, this corner is unnecessary as well, and it can be eliminated. As you can see, that wasn't continued. It's just kind of sticking up there. And then this, we could just run a series of elbows here to that, but we could eliminate that corner and have these gutters run a little more efficiently. Now, if they want the corners up and it's aesthetically more pleasing, then at the time of installation, the homeowner will be here. We will install those corners. If we'll install them a little better than they're installed now. As you can see, it's kind of hanging down off the siding. It's just a poor installation. All right. If there's anything I said here you have a question about, just give me a call. 610-328-5000. All right. Until next time, this is Brian with Gutter Talk.